It's tough. Make no excuses. We have the license and the ability to be a good football team. Things that we're usually good at, which is playing better as opposed to penalties. The other team capitalizing on. We're able to capitalize on those. And as I said, no excuse. We get better. We need to get better, and we're a good football team. We're not good enough in some of the areas that you need to win games. Back to work. I mean, it's just hard work. You need to win games, and back to work. I mean, it's just hard work always pays off. We gotta strive to do that, and being made in opportune times. We're good enough to overcome some, but you need to minimize. That's an area that we need to get better at. Yeah, just knowing what to do, know what we're doing, how we're doing it. That's what you practice. Well, without going through every single one of them, knowing what to do, when to do, focus on one play at a time. Different ones that happened. I'm going through in my head. They're correct. I've got to be, and there's been emphasis put on it. We just need to emphasize it more, practice it more, work on it more, get it to where we're at our best when our best is needed most. One down at a time. The big ones right now: penalties, turnovers. Those are the two big ones.
You said last week that the hits that Justin were taking were very concerning. It's like you have the players in the building.
I do, and I thought at those times we started well. I thought we were efficient, staying ahead of the sticks, and then some of those penalties got us behind the sticks, put us in position to not be bailed out. And Justin did. I thought Justin had a heck of a game. Some of those long distance third downs picked him up, but we were in an illegal formation. Tackle was too far back. We picked it up and then got a call back.
False start, I believe.
We weren't lined up in the right formation. Just saw that and called the timeout. Yeah, the fourth down, we did come on late, but we got the look we wanted. Continued with the play. Didn't use the timeout there because we had the look we wanted. Two in motion. I mean, there wasn't two guys are allowed to go in motion. Yeah, still, we're not doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing. It's where you got to tighten up, get everybody functioning on the same page. Things you can do as a coach. First thing that jumps on is, to my mind, is just work at it, practice it to where it's toned in, it's dialed in. Lighten up, you tighten up. We got to tighten up the operation every way. I don't know about compounding. Concentration, focus in our assignment, our alignment, our technique, all the things that you do as a good football team. Things that we have done that are in our DNA, in our character. And when things are happening outside the team's character, more focus in those areas. Got to get better. Just got to get better. Work, back to work. That's the message.
A few conversions for you guys offensively. How do you think you get that fixed as an offense?
By not doing it going forward. It's on us to fix that. You can't expect to win games like that when you're having penalties. Like
Jim said that the penalties that you guys have had is not of the character.
Out of character, I think it's just on us to focus in and dial in, and every play is equally as important, and we just have to limit those penalties.
How frustrating were some of the procedural things?
That's just things that we have to be better at and stuff that we have to take a hard long look, have to address that, and it's tough. The game is tough enough already. We're making it tougher on ourselves when we do that. So it's stuff that we have to fix, and like we said earlier, it's out of character, and so it's on us to watch the film, get better from it, and continue to harp on those little details.
Any reason why you think?
Not sure. I think that's something that we'll talk about and communicate, address. But it's definitely not something that you want going forward.
Protection obviously was an issue. Are you guys on the same page for the most part with what the protection is going to be?
For sure. I thought those guys did a great job battling, and Bose has done such a great job all year. They got us, and a couple of plays that we'll have to look back and watch the film and get better from.
The challenges of having so many moving pieces.
It's always tough. You'd love to. Yeah, it's always tough. You'd love to have the same group of guys out there that go out and communicate and play as one. But I think they've done such a great job of shuffling around, and whether Foster's playing right guard, right tackle, he's played all over the place. Jamari's played left, right. At the end of the day, I think it's going to help us because we knew that adversity was going to happen. Injuries are part of the game, unfortunately. And I think having that group of guys that are able to step up for one another, fight for each other, I think it'll help us in the long run.
Not been shy about how much you respect Keenan Allen to get him his 1,000th career reception.
The guy is special. He makes a bunch of plays wherever he is, and we're going to keep getting the ball, and he's going to keep getting open.
A couple of weeks now with the batted pass interceptions. How do you sort of view those plays?
It's just bad luck. It's one of those plays that Keenan was open, and I felt like I had it in good timing, good rhythm, and the guy just made a good play. He got his hand up, and down there in the red zone, the windows are so tight that you can't have any room for error like that. And the ball got tipped, got offline, and he made a good play. You hate doing as a quarterback. Wish maybe I jumped up and raised my arm a little bit.
You've been getting hit so much dropping back. A couple times you took off on long runs and dish out a little bit of punishment on the end of that. Does that, I guess, maybe sound weird? Do you rather prefer?
I think it's just with every situation. I tried to make a move and tried not to get too much contact and avoid taking any unnecessary hits, but felt like I was in a good position to be able to be secure with the ball and go get a couple more yards. But I think whatever it is, whether it's going to get the first down with your legs or through the air, I think that's the most important thing for our offense.
Game overview. The NFL game between the Commanders and Chargers occurred on October 5th at SoFi Stadium. The Commanders won with a final score of 27-10. The game was tied 10-10 at halftime, but Washington pulled ahead in the third quarter and held on for the victory. The Chargers still stand in first place in AFC West with head-to-head over Broncos. Both are 3-2. Team statistics. The Commanders dominated in total yards and had fewer turnovers and penalties, which likely contributed to their edge despite less possession time. Key player performances. Washington Commanders Jackary Kroski Merritt, RB. Standout rusher with 2 touchdowns, 15-yard and 5-yard runs, pivotal in the scoring drives. Matt Gay, K, made 2 field goals, 29 yards and 36 yards, adding crucial points. Los Angeles Chargers Justin Herbert, quarterback. Threw a 2-yard touchdown pass to Ladd McConkey, but overall passing details were limited. The team struggled offensively. Ladd McConkey, WR, caught the game's only receiving touchdown, 2 yards. Cameron Dicker, K, hit a 55-yard field goal early, accounting for the Chargers' other points. Specific yardage for passing, rushing, and receiving leaders was not detailed beyond these highlights, indicating a low-scoring, defense-heavy affair. Key moments and turning points. First quarter. Chargers started strong, scoring first on a 2-yard touchdown pass from Herbert to McConkey, 9 minutes 49 seconds remaining, 0-7. They added a 55-yard field goal by Dicker, 2 minutes 57 seconds remaining, 0-10, building an early lead. Second quarter, Commanders fought back with a 15-yard rushing touchdown by Kroski Merritt. 4 minutes 15 seconds remaining, 7-10, and tied it with a 29-yard field goal by Gay as time expired, 0 minutes and 2 seconds remaining, 10-10. Third quarter, Washington took control with another Kroski Merritt rushing touchdown, 5 yards, 10:58 remaining, 17-10, and a 36-yard field goal by Gay, 5 minutes 49 seconds remaining, 20-10. Fourth quarter. No scoring, defenses held firm, with the Chargers unable to mount a comeback despite more possession time. The third quarter was the turning point, where the Commanders' rushing attack and field goals shifted momentum. Analysis. Washington's victory stemmed from superior efficiency in the red zone and fewer mistakes, overcoming the Chargers' advantages in possession and third down conversions. The Commanders' ground game, led by Kroski Merritt's 2 scores, exploited LA's defensive vulnerabilities, while turnovers and penalties, 10 for 85 yards, hampered the Chargers' efforts to rally. This result could boost Washington's momentum in the NFC East, highlighting their defensive resilience in a low-output game. For the Chargers, the loss underscores offensive struggles, particularly in converting drives into points against a stout Commanders front. No additional expert commentary or injury reports were noted on the page. Drive overview. The provided sequence closely matches the Los Angeles Chargers' opening offensive drive against the Washington Commanders on October 5, 2025, in the first quarter at SoFi Stadium. The Chargers started at their 24-yard line after a kickoff return and drove 76 yards over 11 plays, including a penalty, culminating in a 2-yard touchdown pass from Justin Herbert to Ladd McConkey, giving the Chargers a 7-0 lead with 9 minutes and 49 seconds left in the quarter. Minor discrepancies exist. Play calling analysis. The Chargers' offensive coordinator, Greg Roman, is known for run-heavy schemes with motion, misdirection, and play action to support mobile QBs, though adapted here for pocket passer Justin Herbert. This drive exemplifies a balanced, patient approach, establishing the run early, using improvisation and short passes to sustain momentum, and exploiting defensive errors in the red zone. It emphasizes physicality via rookie RB Ontario Hampton while incorporating formation shifts, e.g. 1x3 trips bunch for overloads, and motion to create edges. Breakdown by play type. Runs, 5 designed. 8, 0, 2, 4 yards, plus 41-yard scramble. Focused on right side traps and middle zones to probe gaps, wearing down the front. Persistence on run despite no gain on play 2 shows commitment to ground control. Passes 4, 11, 8, 0, incomplete, 2, TD yards. Short, high percentage throws, swings, leaks, curls, mesh to avoid risks with play action on the TD leveraging run setup. Scramble 1, 41 yards on likely a called pass, highlighting opportunistic quarterback mobility when coverage holds. Penalties, 2 exploited, false start setback, drew offsides on FG attempt for a free first down, turning a potential 3 points into 7. Strategic patterns, formation and motion usage, heavy reliance on 1x3, trips to one side for 8 plays, flipping to 3x1 for variety and to force defensive adjustments. Motion, WR return, left-right shifts, RB swing, in 5 plays creates pre-snap confusion, pulling defenders out of position, e.g. for TE leak and RB swing. Down and distance management, conservative on early downs, runs to stay ahead of chains, aggressive on third, scramble, big gain. The FG draw on 4th down demonstrates high IQ situational football. Balance and pacing, 50-50 run-pass split, including scramble as run. Early run emphasis sets up later passes. Timeouts and shotgun usage maintain tempo. Personnel focus, featured rookie RB Hampton, 4 carries, mirroring pre-game hype on rookie rushers, and WR's TEs in motion blocking roles. Avoided deep shots, prioritizing efficiency in a goal-to-go scenario post-scramble. Strengths and effectiveness. Red zone efficiency. After the scramble put them in scoring range, the calling tightened. Short gains, penalty exploitation, run-to-PA sequence for TD. This aligns with Roman's philosophy of pounding runs near the goal line. Adaptability, handled the penalty setback with safe swings, improvised scramble turned a stalled drive explosive. Potential weaknesses, repeating the trap right early risked predictability, 0 gain on second try. Incomplete on mesh suggests coverage read issues. Overall, Roman's calling was methodical and opportunistic, using motion formations to manipulate the commander's defense, which jumped off sides. This drive's success, 7 points, no turnovers, reflects a ground-first identity tailored to Herbert, setting an early tone in a matchup of strong offenses. If this pattern continues, expect more Hampton involvement and play action off motion. Second drive overview. This sequence represents the Los Angeles Chargers' second offensive drive against the Washington Commanders on October 5, 2025, starting from their 20-yard line after a Commanders' punt touchback. The drive netted approximately 41 yards over 9 plays, including a penalty, stalling due to a sack on the final play, leading to a 55-yard field goal by Cameron Dicker, extending the lead to 10-0 at the end of the first quarter. The plays feature varied formations and misdirection, aligning with the first drive, but incorporating more I formations for run emphasis, culminating in a defensive stand by the Commanders, sack by Von Miller and Jacob Martin. Play calling analysis. Greg Roman continues his run-oriented approach, blending formations, shifting from 2x2/3x1, balanced to 1x2 bunches and I-form for power runs, with motion and play action to generate chunk plays. The drive starts conservatively, but explodes with a 27-yard pass, then reverts to ground control before penalties and pressure derail it. This reflects adaptation to field position, aiming for field goals when touchdowns stall, while testing the Commanders' secondary with quick passes and edges with reverses. Breakdown by play type. Runs, 4 designed, 1, 4, 10, WR reverse counted as run variant, and a zone middle with -5 penalty, net loss if run gained, 0. Total approximately 19 yards before penalty. Emphasis on middle zones and counters, greater than right, to exploit interior gaps, with offset I for added blocking. Passes 5. 3, RB swing, 27, quick in, 7, PA flood, 0, quick in incomplete, -6, curls, likely sack. Mix of short outlets and intermediate shots. The 27-yard quick in highlights vertical threats off play fakes. Penalties 1, -5 on a run, setting back momentum. No defensive penalties drawn this drive. Strategic patterns. Formation and motion usage. Diverse setups, 2x2, balanced, for 4 plays, 3x1/1x3 for overloads, 1x2 with offset I for 3 plays to enable power runs, reverses. Motion in 3 plays, right, GT right, RB out, creates mismatches, e.g., for the WR reverse and curls. Down and distance management, early down efficiency, runs, passes for positive yards, builds chains, big 27-yard pass on likely third down converts, late drive conservatism, quick in curls, avoids risks but invites pressure. Balance and pacing, 44% run-pass split, heavier on passes for yardage, 44 pass yards versus approximately 19 run. I formation in 3 plays signals run commitment, setting up PA flood. Personnel focus, RB swings and motions highlight backs in passing game, WRS in reverses/quick ins for speed. UC, possibly under center. On 1 play varies snap point, strengths, and effectiveness. Chunk plays. The 27-yard quick in and 10-yard reverse demonstrate misdirection success, moving into scoring range quickly. Run setup for pass. Offset. I runs lead into PA flood for 7 yards, maintaining balance. Potential weaknesses. Final 3 plays net negative 11 yards due to penalty, incomplete, sack, indicating protection breakdowns against Commanders rush, Von Miller impact. Repeating quick ins risks predictability. This drive reinforces Roman's identity. Motion-heavy runs to open passes, but vulnerabilities emerge under pressure. Combined with the opening TD drive, the Chargers' offense shows early dominance, 17 points from 2 possessions, pressuring the Commanders' disjointed attack. If sustained, expect continued I-form exploitation against tiring fronts. Third drive overview. Chargers' third offensive drive against the Commanders, starting from their 32-yard line in the second quarter after a Commanders 3-and-out punt. The drive covered 43 net yards over 10 plays. No penalties noted beyond play results, advancing into Commanders territory before ending in a fumble by receiver QJ on the final play, recovered by the Commanders at their 25-yard line. Washington capitalized with a field goal, narrowing the score to 10-3 with 8 minutes and 12 seconds left in the half. The drive highlights continued run commitment, but exposes pass protection issues with an injury to Commanders LB Jamin Davis, noted as Pickens, injured possibly a notation error on play 3. Play calling analysis. Greg Roman maintains his ground-focused scheme, using motion and pulls to generate running lanes while mixing in play action and quick passes for balance. The drive builds momentum with short gains, but falters on a sack and fumble, reflecting pressure from the Commanders' front, e.g. Darren Payne. Diversity in formations, 3x1 for overloads, 2x2 balanced, I-form power, and heavy motion, 5 plays, aim to dictate matchups, but the turnover underscores execution risks. Breakdown by play type. Runs, 6 designed, 3, 4, 4, 8, 2 yards, draw, zones, toss, plus to pull variants. Total approximately 21 yards. Emphasis on middle-wide zones with pulls to attack gaps, sustaining chains despite modest gains. Passes, 4, 3, short out, 11, PA check down, 13, zone curl, and fumble on slants, crosser, likely incomplete or hit during throw. -5 on sack. Mix of quick releases and intermediates. Check down and curl exploit soft coverage post-run fakes. Strategic patterns. Formation and motion usage. 2x2 in 5 plays for balance. 3x1/1x2 in others for bunches/power. Motion right in 4 plays pulls defenders, enabling the pulls and toss left misdirection. Down and distance management, efficient early, runs passes for 3 to 4 yards, converts thirds with check down curl, sack sets back, but recoveries via run and pass. Balance and pacing, 60% run tilt, using I-form/UC in 2 plays for under center power. PA on 2 plays leverages run setup. Personnel focus. TE pulls in 2 runs for blocking. RB checkdown swings involve backs in pass game. WRS in slants/crossers for YAC potential, but fumble likely on hit. Strengths and effectiveness. Sustained momentum. Consistent 3 to 4 yard runs and 11 to 13 yard passes methodically advance, crossing midfield. Misdirection. Success. Motion right into toss left, 8 yards, and the pull PA, 11 yards, create big plays. Potential weaknesses. Sack on PA exposes protection. Fumble on multi-route concept suggests timing issues or pressure. Injury to opponent may have weakened run defense temporarily. Combined with prior drives, TDFG, this shows Roman's offense controlling possession, 20-plus plays, 160-plus yards, but vulnerable to turnovers, allowing Commanders back in. Expect adjustments like quicker releases if pressure persists. Performance by depth. Deep, 20-plus yards. 2 attempts, 6.9% of total, 0 completions, 0 yards, 0 TDS/INTS. High pass grade, 83.3, indicates quality throws despite no success, possibly due to defense or drops. DRP percent 0.0, HAT1. ADOT 21.0, longest TTT 4.80 seconds. 0 first downs, NFL passer rating 39.6. Limited deep shots suggest conservative play calling or strong coverage. Medium 10 to 19 yards. 4 attempts 13.8%. 4 completions 100.0%. 54 yards 13.5 YPA. 0 touchdowns/interceptions. Pass grade 79.6, ADOT 11.8, ADJ percent 100.0, TTT 2.85 seconds. 1 first down, NFL passer rating 118.8. Perfect efficiency highlights Herbert's accuracy in this range. Short, 0 to 9 yards, 17 attempts, 58.6%, 13 completions, 76.5%, 97 yards, 5.7 YPA, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Pass grade 77.7, ADOT 3.9, ADJ percent 88.2, 2 DRP percent 13.3, 2 drops, TTT 2.28 seconds. 7 first downs, NFL passer rating 84.7. Core of the offense, but INT signals a decision error. Behind Elos, 5 attempts, 17.2%, 5 completions, 100%, 20 yards, 4.0 YPA, 0 touchdowns per interception. Pass grade 65.0, ADOT -4.6, ADJ percent 100.0, TTT 1.80 seconds. 1 first down, NFL passer rating 83.3. Safe checkdowns for minimal gains. Performance by direction. Herbert targeted the middle and right more than the left, with no short or intermediate left attempts. Deep throws split left-right both incomplete, medium all center. Note, some behind LOS values overlap with short in transcription. Based on image, left has higher ATT percent than center/right combined. Key insights. Conservative approach. 75.8% attempts at short behind LOS reflect a dink and dunk style, possibly due to Commanders' pass rush, higher TTT on deep, 4.80 seconds, or game script. This yielded high completion percent, but capped yards 171 total. Strength down middle, 51.7% attempts, intermediate, short center, were efficient. 81.3% completion, 119 yards, 1 touchdown, suggesting exploited weaknesses in zone coverage. Limited vertical threat, 0 deep completions despite solid grades, no big plays, BTT percent 0.0 overall. Commanders likely prioritized deep safety help. Areas for improvement: sole INT on short right, 2 drops on short, No left side throws in short/intermediate may indicate protection issues or receiver mismatches. Overall grade, efficient, 78.6% comp, low TWP percent 0.0, but not dominant, 6.1 YPA. Suited for possession drives, but more deep success could elevate output. Overall stats. Justin Herbert completed 75.9% and an NFL passer rating of 87.0. He had 35 dropbacks, faced 4 sacks, 28.6% sack rate, and averaged 2.50 seconds to throw. By passing concept. Play action, 22.9% of dropbacks. 4 out of 7, 57.1%, 32 yards, 4.6 YPA, 1 TD, 0 INT, 108.3 rating. PFF pass grade, 81.4. Effective for scoring but limited yardage. No play action, 77.1% of dropbacks. 18 out of 22, 81.8%. 139 yards, 6.3 YPA, 0 TD, 1 INT, 74.1 rating. PFF pass grade, 77.1. High accuracy but marred by the interception. Screen, 8.6% of dropbacks. 3 out of 3, 100%. 13 yards, 4.3 YPA, 0 TD, 0 INT, 79.2 rating. PFF pass grade, 68.4. Perfect efficiency on quick, low-risk throws. No screen, 91.4% of dropbacks, 19 out of 26, 73.1%, 170 yards, 6.5 YPA, 1 TD, 1 INT, 87.0 rating. PFF pass grade, 82.7. Bulk of production came here, by passing depth. Behind LOS, 17.2% of attempts. 5 out of 5, 100%, 20 yards, 4.0 YPA, 0 TD, 0 INT, 83.3 rating, ADOT -4.6, TTT 1.80. Dump-offs with full accuracy. Short, 0 to 9 yards, 58.6% of attempts. 13 out of 17, 76.5%. 97 yards, 5.7 YPA, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions, 114.6 rating, ADOT 3.9, TTT 2.28. Core of the game plan, highly efficient. Medium, 10 to 19 yards, 13.8% of attempts, 1 out of 4, 25.0%, 54 yards, 13.5 YPA, 0 touchdown, 0 interception, 118.8 rating, ADOT 11.8, TTT 2.85. Low volume and accuracy, but big gain on the lone completion. Deep, 20-plus yards, 10.3% of attempts. 3 out of 3, 100%. 12 yards, 4.0 YPA, 0 touchdown, 1 interception, assumed based on total interception. Approximately 43.8 rating, calculated, provided table lists. 83.3, possibly excluding INT or a data error. ADOT 34.3, TTT 3.53. Perfect completions but minimal yards versus target depth, suggesting coverage or underthrows. Key insights. Herbert's approach was conservative, emphasizing short throws, over 75% behind LOS or short, for high completion rates but modest yardage. Play action generated the TD but less efficiency overall. The interception and sacks indicate pressure issues, with low big-time throws, 0%, and turnover-worthy plays, 0%. PFF overall pass grade, 82.6. This suggests success in quick rhythm passing but limited explosiveness against the Commanders' defense. Note, provided yards, 183, differ from ESPN's 167. Analysis uses user data. Coverage, COV grades for Chargers. Linebackers were targeted more and struggled, while some cornerbacks performed well despite occasional big plays allowed. Key insights. Strengths, cornerback, Tar Heel. Still stood out with a high grade, forcing 2 drops and 2 pass breakups on 4 targets, 25% catch rate. Safeties. Alohi Gilman and Elijah Molden prevented any receptions on their targets, showing solid deep coverage. Weaknesses. Linebackers. Dion Henley, Troy Dye, and Caleb Murphy had low grades, allowing an 8/9 catch rate collectively with high YAC, 75 total. Henley was exploited most, 7 targets, suggesting Commanders targeted underneath routes against LBs. Big plays allowed. Dante Jackson and Troy Dye gave up long gains, 50 and 28 yards, impacting grades despite low target volume. Overall allowed completion rate, 12 out of 18, 67%, with 200 yards and 7 first downs. Implications. Chargers secondary held up reasonably, 3 out of 9 catches allowed by cornerbacks and safeties, but linebacker coverage vulnerabilities could be exploited by Commanders' short pass game, e.g. TEs like Zach Ertz or RBs. No INTS recorded, but 4 PBUS/drops show some disruption. Overall performance. Justin Herbert yards per attempt were 5.9, indicating a conservative short passing approach. Strong marks suggesting effective decision-making despite modest volume and the turnover. He faced pressure on 40% of dropbacks, 14 of 35, was sacked 4 times, 28.6% of pressures, and averaged 2.50 seconds to throw. He added 1 scramble and converted 10 first downs through the air. Performance under pressure, kept clean, 60% of dropbacks, 17 out of 20, 85.0%, 148 yards, 7.4 YPA, 0 TD, 1 INT, passing grade 81.7. Efficient with protection, but the interception likely hurt his grade slightly. Under pressure, 40% of dropbacks, 5 out of 9, 55.6%, 23 yards, 2.6 YPA, 1 TD, 0 INT, passing grade 80.0. Production dropped significantly, but he avoided turnovers and delivered the touchdown, showing resilience. Not blitzed, 60% of dropbacks, 15 out of 17, 88.2%, 111 yards, 6.5 YPA, 1 TD, 1 INT, passing grade 79.0. High completion rate but marred by the pick. When blitzed, 40% of dropbacks, 7 out of 12, 58.3%, 60 yards, 5.0 YPA, 0 TD, 0 INT, passing grade 77.3. Lower efficiency against extra rushers, with 2 drops by receivers, 22.2% drop rate. Herbert performed better when protected, but his grades remained solid under duress, reflecting good pocket presence. Performance by passing concept. Play action, 21.2% of dropbacks, 4 out of 6, 66.7%, 32 yards, 5.3 YPA, 1 TD, 0 INT, passing grade 86.0. Effective for the score but limited usage. Screen, 7.8% of dropbacks, 3 out of 3, 100.0%, minus 6 yards, negative 2.0 YPA, 0 TD, 0 INT, passing grade 63.8. Perfect completions but negative likely due to poor blocking. No screen, 90.9% of dropbacks, 17 out of 24, 70.8%, 170 yards, 7.1 YPA, 1 TD, 0 INT, passing grade 91.9. Strongest area, driving most production. Play action boosted efficiency while screens underperformed. Performance by passing depth. Deep, 20-plus yards, 7.4% of attempts. 0 out of 2, 0.0%, 0 yards, 0.0 YPA, 0 TD, 0 INT, passing grade 83.3. Limited attempts, no success, but grade suggests sound choices. Medium, 10 to 19 yards, 14.8% of attempts. 4 out of 4, 100.0%. 54 yards, 13.5 YPA, 0 TD, 0 INT, passing grade 79.6, perfect and explosive. Short, 0 to 9 yards, 55.6% of attempts. 13 out of 15, 86.7%, 97 yards, 6.5 YPA, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions, passing grade 87.7. High volume, reliable area. Behind LOS, 18.5% of attempts, 5 out of 5, 100.0%, 20 yards, 4.0 YPA, 0 TD, 0 INT, passing grade 65.0, efficient checkdowns. Focus on short, medium passes, over 70% of attempts led to high completions but capped big plays. Performance by direction. Deep left. 1/1, 100.0%. 37 yards, passing grade 58.0. Deep right, 1-to-1, 0.0%, 0 yards, passing grade 89.2, incomplete but perhaps good throw. Intermediate left, 4-4, 100.0%, 54 yards, passing grade 79.6. Short, left, 0/0, no attempts. Short center, 8 out of 9, 88.9%, 65 yards, passing grade 87.8. Short right, 5-6, 83.3%, 32 yards, passing grade 71.7. Attacks centered middle/short, avoiding left short side. Key insights. Herbert's game was efficient in controlled situations but limited by pressure, 4 sacks, and a critical goal line interception, contributing to the Chargers' 10-27 loss. His ADOT, 4.8, and 92.3% adjusted completion rate, accounting for drops, throwaways, highlight accuracy, but low YPA and few deep shots suggest a risk-averse scheme against Washington's defense. PFF grades, all above 77, indicate above-average play, especially avoiding big-time throws, 0%, or turnover-worthy plays, 0%. But the turnover and modest output reflect challenges in sustaining drives. Rushing added value with an 18-yard run noted in highlights. Commanders' coverage performance. Commanders' defense had an average coverage performance against the Chargers' receivers, with an average coverage grade of 59.7, league average of 60. The secondary, safeties, and cornerbacks excelled with an average grade of 65.5, allowing no touchdowns and limiting yards per reception to 7.3 on 20 targets, 12 receptions for 88 yards, 3 PBUS, 1 drop forced. The linebackers struggled significantly with an average grade of 42.3, allowing 4 touchdowns on 10 targets, all completed for 78 yards, 5 first downs. Defender-specific performance. Impact on Chargers receivers. The Chargers receivers accumulated 21 receptions for 149 yards on 26 targets, 80.8% completion rate allowed, with 4 touchdowns, 8 first downs, and 75 yards after catch. Key performers included Keenan Allen, RWR, 5 receptions, 59 yards, 11.8 yards per reception, 31 yards after catch, 3 first downs, 29 LBG, exploited LBS for gains, but contained by secondary. Quentin Johnston, LWR, 4 rec, 43 YDs, 10.8 per rec, 18 YAC, 2 first downs, 19 lings, moderate success against mixed secondary coverage. Omarion Hampton, HB, 6 rec, 26 YDs, 4.3 per rec, 45 YAC, 1 first down, 12 LNG, high YAC indicates poor tackling post-catch. Ladd McConkey, SRWR, 2 receptions, 19 yards, 9.5 per reception, 1 YAC, 1 first down, 12 LNG, limited impact. Kimani Vidal, HB, 1 reception, 1 yard, 1.0 reception, 1 YAC, 0 first downs, 1 long, minimal. Hassan Haskins, HB, 1 reception, 2 yards, 2.0 reception, 1 yak, 0 first downs, 2 letters, minimal. Tyler Conklin, TE, 0 receptions, 1 drop, shut down. The touchdowns were likely short-range plays against LBs, highlighting a weakness in red zone coverage, while the secondary prevented big plays, no INTS, but forced inefficiency on deeper targets. Commanders' offense totaled approximately 214 passing yards, no passing TDs, and had success rushing at least 14 attempts by 1 RB for notable fantasy points, scoring via runs and field goals. The Chargers' defense recorded 1 sack, 12 pressures, 15 tackles on run plays, but missed 3 tackles and allowed the rally. Run defense analysis. The Chargers' run defense showed strong individual performances from the defensive line, but vulnerabilities in the secondary, aligning with the Commanders' ability to rally via ground game. Top performers included Tier Tart, 94.5 grade, 2 tackles, 2 stops, 1 forced fumble on 11 snaps, and Troy Dye, 75.5 grade, 5 tackles, 3 stops on 18 snaps. Defensive linemen like Justin Eboigbe, 72.1, and Deshaun Hand, 71.5, also graded well on limited snaps. Lower grades came from secondary players like Derwin James Jr., 26.1, 2 missed tackles on 19 snaps, and Tuli Tuipulotu, 37.2, 1 missed tackle. Team totals, 15 tackles, 4 assists, 3 missed tackles, MIS, percent up to 100% for some, 7 stops, 1 forced fumble. High DL grades suggest effectiveness against early runs, but missed tackles contributed to the Commanders' momentum. Pass rush analysis. The pass rush generated pressure but lacked finishing power, with only 1 sack despite 12 total pressures, allowing the Commanders' quarterback time for 214 yards. Standouts were Otito Ogbonia, 83.3 grade, 1 hurry, 22.2% win rate on 11 pass snaps, and Troy Dye, 70.5 grade, 1 pressure on 4 rushes. Derwin James Jr., 64.8, and Tuli Tuipulotu, 59.0, added pressures but lower efficiency. Low performers included Dion Henley, 31.6, 1 pressure on 4 rushes. Team totals: 12 pressures, 1 sack, 0 hits, 11 hurries, 30% win rate on true pass sets. This moderate disruption correlates with no interceptions or passing TDS allowed, but failed to halt the Commanders' drives. Coverage analysis. Coverage was solid in preventing touchdowns, 0 allowed, but permitted chunk plays, 214 yards on 13 receptions, 16.5 Y per reception, contributing to field position for Commanders' scores. Top grades: Tarheeb Still, 84.0, allowed 1/4 for 12 yards, 3 forced incompletes, 2 PBUS on 31 snaps, and Derwin James Jr., 68.2, 2-0/4 for 0 yards on 28 snaps. Alohi Gilman, 64.5, 0/1, also excelled. Strugglers included Troy Dye, 43.4, 1 for 1 for 28 yards, and Caleb Murphy, 42.9, 1 for 1 for 28 yards, 1-1 for 9 yards. Team totals: 21 targets, 13 receptions, 61.9%, 214 yards, 95 YAC, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 2 pass breakups, 3 forced incompletions. Strongman coverage by corners limited big plays early, but linebacker leaks in zone allowed the rally. Overall defense analysis. Overall grades reflect a unit that started strong but faded, matching the game's collapse after a 10-0 lead. Top: Tier Tart, 92.5, elite run pass balance. Deshaun Hand, 78.9, Tarheeb Still, 77.4. Bottom: Derwin James Jr., 45.1, poor run support. Tuli Tuipulotu, 45.2, Dion Henley, 47.1. Team snaps: High volume for LBs, MLBs like Henley, 52, and Dye, 25. Grades averaged mid-60s, with strengths in run stopping, high DL marks, but weaknesses in missed tackles and coverage yards. The defense forced no turnovers, allowed 27 points, indicating execution issues against a resilient Commanders offense led by Jaden Daniels' return. The Chargers led 10-0 early but allowed 27 unanswered points. The Commanders' offense totaled approximately 214 passing yards, no passing TDs, and had success rushing, at least 14 attempts by one RB for notable fantasy points, scoring via runs and field goals. The Chargers' defense recorded 1 sack, 12 pressures, 15 tackles on run plays, but missed 3 tackles and allowed the rally. Run defense analysis. The Chargers' run defense showed strong individual performances from the defensive line, but vulnerabilities in the secondary, aligning with the Commanders' ability to rally via ground game. Top performers included T.R. Tart, 94.5 grade, 2 tackles, 2 stops, 1 forced fumble on 11 snaps, and Troy Dye, 75.5 grade, 5 tackles, 3 stops on 18 snaps. Defensive linemen like Justin Eboigbe, 72.1, and Deshaun Hand, 71.5, also graded well on limited snaps. Lower grades came from secondary players like Derwin James Jr., 26.1, 2 missed tackles on 19 snaps, and Tuli Tuipulotu, 37.2, 2-1 missed tackle. Team totals: 15 tackles, 4 assists, 3 missed tackles, MIS percent up to 100% for some, 7 stops, 1 forced fumble. High DL grades suggest effectiveness against early runs, but missed tackles contributed to the Commanders' momentum. Pass rush analysis. The pass rush generated pressure but lacked finishing power, with only 1 sack despite 12 total pressures, allowing the Commanders' quarterback time for 214 yards. Standouts were Otito Ogbonia, 83.3 grade, 1 hurry, 22.2% win rate on 11 pass snaps, and Troy Dye, 70.5 grade, 1 pressure on 4 rushes. Derwin James Jr., 64.8, and Tuli Tuipulotu, 59.0, added pressures but lower efficiency. Low performers included Dion Henley, 31.6, 1 pressure on 4 rushes. Team totals: 12 pressures, 1 sack, 0 hits, 11 hurries, 30% win rate on true pass sets. This moderate disruption correlates with no interceptions or passing TDS allowed, but failed to halt the Commanders' drives. Coverage analysis. Coverage was solid in preventing touchdowns, 0 allowed, but permitted chunk plays, 214 yards on 13 receptions, 16.5 Y per reception, contributing to field position for Commanders' scores. Top grades: Tarheeb Still, 84.0, allowed 1/4 for 12 yards, 3 forced incompletes, 2 PBUS on 31 snaps, and Derwin James Jr., 68.2, 2-0/4 for 0 yards on 28 snaps. Alohi Gilman, 64.5, 0/1, also excelled. Strugglers included Troy Dye, 43.4, 1 for 1 for 28 yards, and Caleb Murphy, 42.9, 1 for 1 for 28 yards, 1-1 for 9 yards. Team totals: 21 targets, 13 receptions, 61.9%, 214 yards, 95 YAC, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 2 pass breakups, 3 forced incompletions. Strong man coverage by corners limited big plays early, but linebacker leaks in zone allowed the rally. Overall defense analysis. Overall grades reflect a unit that started strong but faded, matching the game's collapse after a 10-0 lead. Top: T.R. Tart, 92.5, elite run pass balance. Deshaun Hand, 78.9. Tarheeb Still, 77.4. Bottom: Derwin James Jr., 45.1, poor run support. Tuli Tuipulotu, 45.2, Dion Henley, 47.1. Team snaps. High volume for LBs, MLBs like Henley, 52, and Dye, 25. Grades averaged mid-60s, with strengths in run stopping, high DL marks, but weaknesses in missed tackles and coverage yards. The defense forced no turnovers, allowed 27 points, indicating execution issues against a resilient Commanders offense led by Jaden Daniels' return.